What's up, y'all? We're gonna go to Rault in New Orleans on Magazine Street. Right here is one of the oldest locksmiths in America since 1845. Rault is an active locksmith and pretty much a lock museum. We're gonna go ahead and go in. They have something that I should have done when they did our sidewalks there, but we are gonna go in. I'm going to kind of start in the middle of the store because we were just kind of meandering through, checking it out. But if you were ever in the New Orleans area, do be sure and go in. And I'm going to kind of highlight some of these, some of those letters and stuff on the wall so that you can pause it and read it. And that was, I guess the ladies were hassling the troops back during one of the wars. But as you can see, starting kind of in the middle of the business and working my way to the back, they have tons and tons of different hardware, different display boards and stuff that they've collected over the years. Fun fact, Kim purchased, not one of the glass knobs, that weird pot thing, but we now own that. But they do have tons of glass. Those are new style reproduction glass knobs, a lot of them too. But if you stroll down any street in New Orleans, you will see hardware just like this, so they probably have a large demand for glass type doorknobs. These are more than likely real deal ones in the case. As you can see, they even have like sold at one point in time letter boxes, and just in all the cases they have like little history cards and stuff all in the cases. These are some of the padlocks that they have for sale, along with the display board there talking about them. 1899 and 1910 smokehouse padlocks, and some pretty large bit barrel style keys. I think those were barrel. That's a barrel. And then some of these. Oh, look at that D-Tex on an in-swing door. Blocked by a gold statue. The handle says there, this is the very back corner of the shop. Again, as I notated in the beginning, please do not call this business if you see a doodad that you like. I mean, they're not going to come look and try to figure out what you want and ship it and all that. So just plan a trip to New Orleans if you see anything of interest here. But yeah, they have been around since 1845. When we go back up front, they've got a history with the signs and stuff showing all their different addresses, but it's pretty much all within the same block. But here in the back, they've got tons of old rim locks, large, quote, skeleton keys. I know y'all hate that. JVC, you can get some old tapes and record movies. Now, probably a lot of these display boards and stuff are not like, you can't get them anymore. So we got Hall Safe and Lock, a big old safe. And they've got, that is the dad, or the dad, and that letter right there is talking about how the granddad was not a good guy, but the dad was a good guy. I guess that's a picture of him. And you can buy your own safe right there if you can get it out from the very back of the shop. I guess they'd open one of these side doors, though. Ooh, pretty rough on the inside. Needs some TLC right there, staining the wood and stuff. I hesitated because I didn't know if that sign said don't touch, but it says be careful, don't pinch your fingers. Not for sale, slot machine there. Some little knickknacks and things. They got tons of, quote, frou-frou items. And on top of it, funny enough, I didn't show it, but right on top of this glass display that has some old surface mount locks, it has they're using a Best A2 kit to prop up something. I don't know if it's empty or not, but some pretty cabinet locks there. And then Kim was like, hey, check that out. And they actually took an old Corbin mortise lock and put it in a frame and poured shellac on it with some old light bulbs. It's interesting. I got quick set latches, Ace hardware slide bolts, and then cabinet, antique, reproduction antique cabinet locks. Tons of them. Just crazy at the amount of inventory of all ages that they have there. And even some LSDA law handle sets. Alright, so there's some more Victorian style wood displays. God, I wonder how many wood displays, stand-up style, they have sitting around there. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 right there. The plant. And some reproduction stuff. Grandeur by Nostalgic Warehouse. See, I don't know if they're in business or not. Alright, going back up front, we have a bin of something. They had a little name tag on there talking about it, but I didn't. I tried cutting it, but it wouldn't show up. Oh, look, the furniture. All right, here we are going back up front to the near where their office door is. So that's kind of their back room where they do active locksmith stuff. And you see how they have rosettes just kind of screwed to the wall all around, and little slide latches all up and down the door. It's pretty neat. Right here, you'll see, whoa, right there. If you go back and rewind that, you'll see a whole back room full of remotes and stuff. It looks like, from going slow, it looked like a whole bunch of remotes. So they do car remotes too. Tons of old escutcheons. Pretty neat how they've added them all around the door and stuff. I could actually do that with mine. If I got rid of my pegboard and put in drywall, I could do that. So there's their kind of locksmith work area. Can't really see the machines or anything, but all along that blue wall with the signs on top, they were busy cutting keys when we were there. Sounded like a bit key too because of the machine. There's some kind of an empty case right there. And then going up front, you've got kind of the jewelry section. Tons of different neat little lock-themed jewelry. There's a map that they use to pin up people who buy their jewelry. And then there's that sign I was talking about, and I'll freeze it right here so you can see. 1845, second oldest lock shop in the U.S. and the oldest in New Orleans and the South. But all those addresses are pretty much kind of right around the area they're in now. That is a contractor who saved a bunch of hardware, so they made them a display. There's a locksmith vehicle from back in the day. And then the most impressive part of the whole thing is the not for sale section. This is a personal collection. They have about 83,000 not for sale signs around it. You'll see about 7 or 8 in this video alone. So they make it very clear that they're not selling any of that. There's some very unique padlocks along that second shelf there, and a bunch of really pretty, whole bunch of stuff that they're not selling. I wouldn't either. That's a very impressive collection of padlocks. I'm always pretty awed by that. I've been down there several times now. So that is a awesome collection of stuff that kind of like I have sitting around here. If I had the room, I'd have a huge glass display case full of it too. There's just kind of, it looks haphazardly thrown in there, but I can guarantee you that it's very meticulously done. Look at that. That's just crazy. There's little letter boxes, little lock safe containers on the top row. A bunch of big barrel keys. There is another nice display case. Very impressed with their the amount of furniture they have in here. And a ton of, also not for sale, doorknobs from all around. Just hundreds of them. Again, it looks haphazardly thrown in there. Oh, there's one about to fall. And that's the history of locksmithing. I'll freeze it so you can go back and read that. But that is that's the visit to H. Rault. Hope you enjoyed taking a look at it. Again, don't call the store trying to buy something. There we go, y'all. H. Rault Locksmith on Magazine Street in New Orleans. just a quick glimpse into some of the many things that they have in there. Pretty much a museum, a lock museum, as well as an active locksmith company. So if you're ever in New Orleans, you're going to trip on a curb. You're probably going to have potholes and stuff and closed streets and things raining down on you from balconies. But be sure and come down to Magazine Street and check out H. Rault. We got a dog sign.